Hi YouTube. My name is Destiny. I wanted to share something with you guys today, and maybe I can give some really good advice for those that were in the situation that I was in 3 years ago. So let's get into it. So, I've experienced homelessness for over 5 years. A good portion of the homelessness, let's say about 2 of the years, I took residence at a hotel. I was able to do that. I was living with my parents and the family pets. I became a teen parent. It's kind of a journal entry to my teen pregnancy. When I first discovered that I was pregnant, I was just a few months shy of being an auntie. And then and there, I knew my life would change forever. I was already behind on my high school credits. I was technically barely pushing junior. I was not able to focus and push through to graduate with my 2012 class. I attended all my friends' graduations and parties that year. After I gave birth at the end of summer 2012, I had my time to recover and give school my all, despite now being a new mother. I was able to finish school credits 1 month before graduation. 2013 was the best. My good friend Katie, she came to my 2013 graduation. I walked the stage, and after that, I went to Crab Joe's for crab boil and upside down rum pineapple cake. Really good. Even attended grad night, Six Flags, SoCal. I even won an economics contest and won a $500 check. It's pretty awesome. The video is still up on YouTube. Oh, it's one of my proud moments. So that's what I did during the time of living in a hotel. After that, things started to get a little bit rough. I was on county assistance. I had Lila 100% to myself, and my parents were helping out. I wasn't working, and the funds were running out, so we couldn't stay at the hotel. So fast forward, my parents asked me about San Francisco. So we have an uncle up here. I have an uncle up here. He offered us some resources, like there's job opportunities there and housing. So around, let's see, fall of 2013, we left Southern California and we came to San Francisco. We tried to give it a shot. It was rocky. The first year and a half there, I was able to get my first job at McDonald's Petaluma, and I loved it. I worked night shifts and so much free food. My daughter, she's about 15 months at the time, and I couldn't hold the job. I wasn't making enough to sustain the hotel lifestyle. It's a lot more pricier there. And my mom, she was working, but it wasn't, it was seasonal. That's what she planned at the moment. And my dad was working with my uncle on and off on some projects, but it wasn't enough to sustain payment for the hotel in Petaluma. And there was a point where we ventured towards the Vallejo area, and it was cheaper, but it was harder for me to get to my job and to stay at the room. And the county assistants, they couldn't offer assistance with gas to get to the job. So I had to, my job asked me to quit, and so I signed the paperwork and turned in my uniform. After that, it got a little tougher. So my dad finally landed a job. My mom wasn't working, and I wasn't working. And so it went like that for about 6 months. And so instead of a steady hotel lifestyle, we were bouncing around all over the Bay Area. Excuse me. So around 2014, fall 2014, my uncle had finally purchased a home, and he had asked us all to stay. And at that time, I had a little bit of a gig going where I was doing event staffing at the Moscone Centers. Very fun job. The only thing is it's not permanent, but it's good for extra side income. My mother landed a job, but it was like temp agency, so it's like a lot of warehousing, quality control, that sort of stuff. My dad had to let go of his job, but we moved into my uncle's home. So there was a point where I did land a really awesome job. It's a Vietnamese restaurant, and I enjoyed every moment of it. I was given really good hours. I was eating real healthier than McDonald's, and it was good for 4 months. There was a point where we had to leave my uncle's Vietnamese residents, and I was quite traumatized because I didn't want to go through what I had went through in 2014 with no place to stay. So my mother had taken the initiative because I was probably like 19 at the time, and I had no idea like how a shelter system goes. But she called and she tried to see if we could, me and my mother and my little girl, can stay at a shelter. And so unfortunately, at the time they weren't gonna support me, my mother, and my daughter at the shelter, and I chose to continue on and seek shelter. And this is 2015 of the summertime. Okay, and it opened my eyes. I hear a lot of horror stories about staying at shelters and the system. Very true. It can be very true, but for me, I saw a great opportunity with going there. Besides the politics and the drama that can happen there, I kept it straightforward and not getting caught up in what's going on there and who said. And I just did what I was supposed to. Now, at the time when I became homeless, again, in 2015 summertime, I had chose to cut my hours for the sake of not wanting my child to be out there in the elements, because this particular shelter had a strict schedule. The schedule is you have to call by noon o'clock on the dot. So what I was doing was setting a timer on my phone 1 minute prior to let me know to prepare to call for the shelter. And so when you call, you won't be able to get through the first time. You have to call, and it'll go to a message, sorry, we cannot. You hang up, you call again, it goes, you hang up, you call again until it starts dialing to place your spot at the shelter. So that's what I did the whole summertime, and I would only work weekends with at the Vietnamese restaurant. So I wanted to find ways to increase my income and still have my daughter with me. So I had signed up for Postmates. So I would sleep at the shelter, wake up, and I would do a few tasks with Postmates to get a little extra income on the side. And that's how I did that. That is the first time, my experience at a shelter. I'm probably going to break this video up because it's getting quite long. This is going on to 15 minutes. I'm going to cut it off. And I will go on to how that happened, what happened after that, okay? I'm going to go to how that happened after that, and then I will probably make another video or chop the video up and explain the 10 steps I took to come out of homelessness. Because as of now, I've been housed for 3 years. I've been working full time, and I am getting assistance with childcare. It's all amazing stuff. Whatever you put your mind to, you can do it. Okay. Pause this and make another video.